Music appreciation 101.
Yeah, I see mixing as it's almost like a puzzle,
Yeah.
especially if you're just being the mixing engineer on a project and you're
Yes.
given a bunch of puzzle pieces basically. So it's you have the drums, you have the bass, you guitars or synths, and then vocal, and you just have to find where each of those instruments fit in the frequency range.
Yes. Exactly. And where they reinforce and subtract from each other.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know,
Yeah.
like
Two instruments can be in the same frequency, but maybe you can pan them to the sides,
cool.
like guitar and piano. Maybe the guitar will be on one side or piano will be on the other.
Good point. Exactly. Create that separation by using your two ears.
Yeah.
When they are stepping on each other or when they're occupying the same space.
Yeah.
I'm curious with like your flow for mixing. Do you like to mix like with a lot of things solo? Do you like to mix with a lot of things on at the same time, some sort of combination? Like what's your flow? Like how do you, when you just get that fresh session where it's all of these tracks, your first time hearing it, how do you jump in?
Yeah. So when I'm mixing, first, usually I always ask for a reference mix. So
Cool.
I listen to what the artist wants the song to sound like. And then that's kind of like my my framework that I'm working off of.
Yeah.
And I always put that in the session. I put it at the bottom, and then I'm able to solo between that and then the mix that I have going. I usually work with like I'll put some stuff on the stereo mix.
Yeah.
Just like some mastering plugins just to boost it up, and so I know what it's going to sound like at the end.
Cool. So just for those that don't know what that is, so that's basically the thing that everything goes into.
Right.
It's that master, that stereo mix that you're throwing some limiting, some stuff to increase the volume. And do you do anything else like saturation or anything, or is it mostly focused on volume?
Usually I'll have at least one saturation plugin. I'll have a compressor.
Cool.
Like Shadow Hills.
Yeah. Totally.
And then isotope ozone I'll usually have at the ends. That's usually my last plugin.
Cool. Yeah.
Or a multi-band compressor.
Okay.
Yeah, the DMG Limitless.
Okay. Yeah.
Go-to one these days.
Nice.
But yeah, when I'm mixing, I usually, if there's a drum set in it, that's what I start with. I really want the drums I want to get the drum sounds first.
Yes.
That's makes sense. When I'm producing, it's different. I usually don't start with drums actually. But I'm thinking rhythmically. But when I'm mixing, it's typically I'll start with the drum set.
Love it. I mean, drum set informs so much about genre.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. And just like getting the track to really hit, and then everything else can kind of fit in place.
Cool.
To get the drums sitting right.
Yeah, so you're getting those transients, you're getting that thing that's going to drive it all, and then everybody can lay in with it.
Exactly.
One of the things that I've been doing more recently is just like mixing super quiet to hear the conversation between the snare drum and the vocal. Like I've been thinking a lot about how, most popular music is fundamentally the conversation between the vocal or whatever's acting like a vocal and the drum kit. Everybody else is dancing along, but that's the conversation,
Yeah.
Music appreciation 101.